I had two millennials in the car with me on the way to a meeting the other day, and we weren't in the car maybe 30 seconds. And I made a statement about some event that had happened in the past. And one of the millennials says, oh, but it was also like blah, 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 and threw in an interjection about the event that, in my opinion, didn't really matter at all. But then the other one said, no, it was like blah, 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 blah. And the thing that they were arguing about was so minuscule compared to A, the event, and B, the point of the conversation. I was mind boggled. I'm J Loren Norris with Leading Leaders Podcast. Perhaps you found yourself in that situation where it doesn't matter what the real point of the conversation was. We've gotten so far astray from the conversation that we're wrapped up in the details. It might be a story as profound as, well, the other day we got the Jeep stuck while we were playing at the beach. Okay, and so the whole objective is about being at the beach and playing, and you get the Jeep stuck, because generally it's pretty hard to get a Jeep stuck unless you're acting like an idiot. But to argue about the color of the beach towels, whether they were pink or purple, blue or green striped, has absolutely nothing to do with the Jeep being stuck at the beach. And yet the nature of some, I dare say even leaders, is that they have such a drive to be right. I have a right to be heard, and I have a right to be right. Their anxiety about being right has trumped the idea of truth. They don't care about whether it's true or not. They don't even care about whether you agree with them or not until you submit to their bullying you on the facts, which don't matter. After a couple of minutes of these two going back and forth about the tiny details as relevant as the color of the beach towels while the Jeep is stuck in the sand, I finally said, it doesn't matter. And both of them replied, but so-and-so is wrong. And I'm like, who cares? I mean, honestly, even if we pursued this to the end where one of you finally surrenders and says, okay, I'm wrong, you're right, what does it matter? Who cares what color the beach towels were the day the Jeep got stuck in the sand? It's not a relevant matter. But see, our society today, our culture, the push of our politics, the push of our media, has us so at each other's throats, so divisively against one another, that it's not just, did I get my opportunity to share my voice? Did I get a chance to be right? It's, I'm going to scream the loudest, the fastest, the longest, even if the point I'm making has nothing to do with the overall argument. Even if the point I'm making in the end has no benefit for being truth. Even if the argument in the end makes me look like an idiot, as long as I get the bully pulpit and my voice gets heard, I win. You might remember the young man who was protesting the supposed social injustice of the fact that there's a college that charges $65,000 a semester to attend, and some people just can't afford to go there. The irony was he was protesting this by burning flags and textbooks and things of that nature, and he's a student enrolled in that college. His parents are paying $65,000 a semester for him to go to that college. When he got in front of the media and they said, why are you protesting the cost of tuition in a school you're attending? That doesn't make any sense. And his answer was, well, it got me on the media, didn't it? See, his point wasn't whether or not his point was right or wrong. His point wasn't even truly about what he was claiming it was about, the social injustice of other people not being able to afford $65,000 in tuition. His point was, I get to be famous for a minute. And that really was his entire point. And so it is with many leaders who have lost sight of the real argument, the real context of the truth, the purpose of the illustration to begin with. When they want to argue about the color of the beach towels, the day the Jeep got stuck on the beach, you need to realize as a leader, you've missed something in communication. And you're beginning to lose your opportunity to influence by fighting for your right to be right. I'm J Loren Norris for Leading Leaders Podcast on Tell It Like It Is TV. Have a blessed day.